Someone call the ambulance. There's gonna be an accident. I'm coming up on infrared. There is no running that can hide you.
I never really thought that so many people would want to listen to me trying to understand the world, which I guess is kind of what I'm kind of doing in the lyrics. Me trying to understand myself and trying to understand my place in the world. And I guess I still feel quite uncomfortable about my place in the world. Otherwise, I'd probably be writing gospel music or, you know, doing some, you know, writing things that were sort of more euphoric by nature or, you know, less questioning by nature.
What happened to us? What happened to me? What happened as I let it slip?
With this album, we kind of reached a point where the music is doing the talking, and it doesn't feel like we have to go out there and shout from the rooftops and just sort of just try to show off or try to impress people anymore. You know, we kind of did that for a long time, and you know, in the way that we dressed, in the way that we behaved, in the way that we were speaking in the press. It was really a case of, come on, man, just listen to us. You know, we're not just but we're not just Pure Morning, and we're not just these transvestites. It's this fag little band. You know, we are a proper musician. You know, writing really good songs.
This is another bunch of shots that we did which represent to us what we call the death of Nancy Boy, which is kind of, I think, kind of how we felt about this record, that we felt this record was quite a departure for us. And this is actually taken in Studio 2 of Rack, where we did most of the album. And it basically involved getting my friend Steve, who's a drag queen, to come to the studio, and then we bludgeoned him to death with a guitar. Quite morbid, of course, but it's kind of a form of catharsis for us, I suppose, to sort of kill what you're most famous for.
Basically, the motto for this album has been, we must try it.
Well, the majority of it was done sort of within a period of 8 weeks. Then so it's, I guess, about 3 months recording spread over 5 months.
This feels like us right now. It's like, you know, we've said before, it feels like snapshots of us at that time in life.
I'm so not interested in making records that take like a year to make or 18 months to make. You know, you just kind of, you don't remember where you began.
I think compared to the last one, it's just more straightforward, it's more real. We
went into the studio thinking it was going to be much more electronic and much more sequence-based. But it actually comes out sounding a bit more like our first 2 albums in the sense of, you know, this, it's just basically drums, bass, guitars, and piano.
The thing about the band is that there's no fixed roles when it comes to the studio. And when it comes to the studio, the only people who record and put stuff down is the band as well. You know, we don't have producers playing anything on there, we don't have Bill playing anything on there. It's a 3-way thing, and it's still the nucleus of the band.
It's a song that rules, you know, and we'll try out every keyboard and every guitar on every song to see if something might work.
Now it's just kind of, hey, you know, I'll pick up a guitar or a little keyboard line or something else, you know, and just throw it in. I mean, just doing tracks in my back room just as we were finishing sort of recording. And just looking for other songs and, you know, put 6 or 7 ideas down, CD, pump to the band and go, what do you think of that? And it's really embarrassing, but the band, boys like that, brilliant, brilliant, rest of it's shit, but those 2 great. And they suddenly, we start doing something, you know. I think it just shows, you know, an openness with each other, sort of confidence within each other and an interest within each other.
Well, about 4 years ago, we started working with Dimitri Tikavoy as a producer, and we did sort of B-sides and we did cover versions together.
I think Dimitri's done, you know, a really good job this time, and it's, I'm really pleased the way he's pushed the band.
We come in with a song and we like the way it sounds. Dimitri will come and say, but no, let's see it from this angle, or that instrument. He didn't want us to be complacent. In a band, the 5th album can easily be going through a routine and kind of falling into a pattern of writing and just seeing things in one way. And I think Dimitri kind of slapped us a little bit out of that. But some days it was really frustrating, and some days we hated him. We kind of let ourselves be open in that way. We let ourselves to be that vulnerable.
I think what I've been trying to do more and more so since Without You I'm Nothing, our second album, is to try and express the core emotions of what it is to be alive. The sense of feeling lost, you know, the sense of trying to find an identity, the sense of confusion, falling completely in love, you know, falling out of love, being hurt, yeah, being disappointed with yourself. But what I've been trying to do is to try and refine that with each record and to try and say it in more and more simple ways, you know, in more and more direct ways. And perhaps the songwriting has gotten a little bit more sophisticated, but what's coming across is more simple. I've been trying to use less words to communicate grander themes.
Strobe. Something we've pursued over the albums is to try and have emotional content, you know, rather than just a track.
We write what we feel, and then we play that, and that's basically it. It's a conveying of emotion, and a conveying of feelings.
You know it's a good song if you can strip it down to a complete skeletal form and play it on one instrument, an acoustic guitar or a piano and a voice, and it still comes across, then you know it's a good song. If you can write a song and you have to wait 6 years for it to actually be recorded and mixed, and it still completely levels you, it still has a huge emotional impact on you, then you know you've written a great song.
Once it's finished as a track, it's kind of done. You don't actually spend that much time with it personally. You just go through the whole process of making it come together. But you never really have time to sort of stand next to the thing you've made and go, hey, you know, and all this kind of thing. Essentially, it's just sort of taken away from you. And it feels now, it's like, it doesn't feel like ours anymore. It's kind of, it's out there now. It's going to be for the public. It's the thing, and it becomes something separate again.
If you can feel them yourself, and if they have a place in your heart, then that's why you put them out. Because if you feel them, then someone else can feel them.
I don't know if you call it alchemy or whatever. Just all the elements really coming together at the same time, you know, and at the right time, in order to make this what I believe to be our strongest record so far. And our most immediate record, our most direct, and the record that sort of hides behind things the least.
I just want us to be important, really. And I think the combination of people in the band can achieve a kind of sort of language that a lot of people can understand around the world.
There's a great deal of improvement to be made, you know. Can be tighter, can be better performers, you know, better musicians, better at connecting with each other when on stage.
We want to go out there, we want to be the best fucking live band. Not just in Britain, but, you know, in the fucking world. Just keep to the right, mate.